Oh, fuck. This was dusty, I think. I'm getting dust in my eyes, my mouth, and my nose. We're going to be watching a television show about cryptids. Cryptids are basically like conspiracy theories, but without the conspiracy part. So it's just like a theory. And the theory is like somewhere in the fucking heart of Arkansas, there's a bear that's 20 feet long. You know, it's the snake bear of Arkansas. You know, basically, I'm just going to be here to sort of guide you through like 2 hours of video that I recorded of myself watching this shitty fucking History Channel show. So this show's called Missing in Alaska. The basic premise of this show is that there's a triangle in Alaska.
Inside Alaska is a mysterious triangle.
You know, what's going on in the Alaskan Triangle? You know, you have the Bermuda Triangle, but that's like not even on land. Like, I'm not going out into the ocean. That represents no threat to me. But the Alaskan Triangle, man, I could just walk and just end up there. A bunch of people go missing in Alaska. Big fucking surprise. It's Alaska, big place. Pretty easy to fucking lose somebody, dude. I can't find one open cup of Chobani yogurt in my whole room. It's a set of guys, and they're like, we gotta find out what kind of ghouls, demons, and monsters are basically responsible for this.
The Katani, the archetype of the Alaskan gnome. This half-man, half-otter creature of Tlingit lore is reputed to steal people's souls.
And, you know, comedy hijinks ensue, essentially, is what happens from there.
Now, what kind of animal would pluck a bird?
The bald eagles will catch a seagull right out of the air and land in a tree and pluck it and eat it. I've seen that many times.
And something with opposable thumbs. It would be unusual for a primate to eat something like a bird, but not impossible.
First, we have Jax. Jax. That's a name that a fucking 8-year-old would give to themselves. Clearly just a domineering force. He's an ex-police officer, and you can tell.
If some sort of murderous monkey's gonna come at me, I'm pretty sure my gun's gonna come out.
That's not the first time that guy said that. He has the iconic sunglasses, and he just has this stance. Like, they're just, like, constantly tense, dude. Constantly ready for, you know, a home intruder or a mutant monkey or an ice goblin.
Hey, look at that.
He, like, spun around. He was like, oh, fuck, is there a goblin? Former police officer, but the one criminal he can never actually find is Bigfoot. He couldn't find Bigfoot, you know? Arresting fucking Bigfoot. He's gonna shoot Bigfoot in the fucking back while he's running away. Ken is the most sort of flamboyant character. I don't know really why I said that. He just sort of, he has a vibe about him.
Let's suppose for a moment that we did hit something with that dart, but it didn't go down. It's like it was impervious to that tranquilizer. Could we be dealing with something that is somehow bioresistant to our tranquilizer? Some type of super ape, super monkey.
Maybe part of it's the earrings, part of it's the hat, part of it might be the goatee. Ken's also not a cop. He's a specialist in strange phenomenon. If he wasn't doing Missing in Alaska, what would his job be? Like, what's a specialist in strange phenomenon? Give me a rundown on, like, what sort of salary I could expect to earn if I go into college and I get a degree in strange phenomenon. And then we have Tommy. Tommy's an expert in, like, Alaskan legends.
And Tommy, an expert on Alaskan legends.
And he looks like he'd be a fucking expert in Alaskan legends. He's also got this smash mouth little, like, thing where it's just, like, right here. You know he eats pussy from the back. I'm just kidding, guys. That sounds like it'd hurt. I mean, maybe it wouldn't, but I'm imagining if somebody's little bristly little hairs rubbed up against my wiener, I'd be like, dude, cut it out. Stop it. Stop rubbing your little mustache against my weenie. So, you know, my heart goes out to the ladies who Tommy is eating from the back. I'm sorry. You know, Jax is sort of the skeptic.
I know I need to keep an open mind, but right now, I'm just not buying this monkey business.
It's the same dynamic as, like, most of the shitty, like, History Channel shows where, you know, you have the skeptic and then the rest of them are just, like, you know, totally uncritical, just idiots.
The Katani legend really interests me because if there really are no monkeys in Alaska, then what inspired the stories?
The people who came to Alaska at some point came from people who lived with monkeys, they're exercising their critical thinking, but only to like be like, hey, dude, this might be a fucking mutant monkey that we're dealing with.
This seems way big for a one-man shelter.
But for a troop of demon mutant monkeys, it might work just fine.
The first thing that I noticed about this structure, it was really crudely built.
As if by a monkey or something.
The thought of a three-toed monkey could explain the scratch marks the team found on the tree. Ken can't be sure that's what it was, but it opens the possibility that the Catani are real.
It opens a possibility for a monkey to live about as far as you could possibly live from anywhere where monkeys live.
Searching Alaska for killer monkeys might seem a bit far-fetched, but new monkey species are being discovered all the time.
I wonder where they all live.
Last year, in South America alone, 5 new species of saki monkeys were discovered.
Ooh, in a jungle?
In 2012, the Lasula monkey was discovered in the Congo.
A jungle?
And in 2010, a new species of snub-nosed monkey was found in Myanmar.
A bunch of fucking jungles where there's like a billion different monkeys. There's so many monkeys in a jungle, dude. So fucking many. Like, they found a new species of monkey where there were already a bunch of monkeys, and also it's super fucking dense jungle. We don't see any frogs in Antarctica, but we discover a new species of frogs all the time. So there might be some Antarctic frogs. History Channel's really gone downhill from back in the day whenever it was like a chapter of like a shitty fucking 4th grade history textbook stretched out to be like 45 minutes long. That was whenever it was good. It was good back then. And then they sort of transitioned from that to like, maybe a fucking alien cracked the Liberty Bell. Did fucking Sasquatch crack the Liberty Bell? It'd be like conspiracy theories about history. Conspiracy theories they can't really do the same way anymore, just because like now all the conspiracy theories kind of like tie together into the one big Q one. It's really messed with conspiracy theories' ability to like just be a fun, goofy thing people engage with passively. And so, History Channel had to move from that to this shit. I mean, they did that already before, but since then they had just naturally moved in the direction of like, this has nothing to do with history. It's just the same show over and over again that History Channel makes. Every time they make one of these fucking things about like cryptozoology or whatever, they do this thing where they're like, oh, have you noticed that there are all of these different creatures that are all the same?
All over the world, you have these enduring legends of these little elves, fairies, pixies. In Asia, you have the Nitaweo. In Africa, the Agagwe. Every continent has different types of little gnome-like creatures.
Like, of course, every culture has a fucking gnome or goblin-like creature, right? Of course every culture has one of those. It's just a tiny guy. These people have to be the most boring fucking people in the world, right? These people are so fucking lacking in the ability to, like, create new things that, like, something as simple as a guy but smaller, they can't imagine being able to come up with something like that independently from something else. There's no way all these different cultures could come up with a mischievous tiny guy. It's not like we live with mischievous tiny people already. No, it's a fucking, there are just there's a race of mischievous tiny creatures all over the world.
Leprechauns, which originated in Ireland. Elves, descended from Norse mythology. And the dwarves of Germanic folklore. Some are viewed as benevolent, others as pranksters who hide gold or steal food. But the Alaskan versions are painted as much more sinister.
They are totally different in each culture that they're in, and some they're nice, some they're mean, some they're little tricksters. Like, yeah, exactly. It's almost like they were made by different cultures and are different things. Since the beginning of this channel, it's been my goal to gain a bunch of weight. It's a funny joke that I've been doing for the last few years, but in the process of gaining about 60 pounds, I've sort of decided that, the joke's been very funny, But I'm going to stop that now. I'm no longer going to be gaining weight as a joke for the YouTube channel. I'm going to start losing the weight, and I'm going to start tacking on mass. So we're sort of going to be doing like sort of an Indiana Jones in the Temple of the Last Crusade, and we're going to be, switching out the little idol of the fat lady with big tits, and switching that out with a bag full of straight up like gains in muscle. Basically, I'm not going to be a fat lady with big tits. I'm going to be sort of a beefcake alpha male. I know I don't look fat if you're watching this on a camera, because it's a funny thing how tricks work. Let me from a distance. Look at me, guys. That ain't a six pack. That's a fucking 5-gallon bucket. I've started doing basically arm lifts, lifting things up. Generally, I put all the jugs of milk on the top shelf of the fridge, so I'm having to lug those things down. We don't really have jugs of milk, but we do have quarts of creamer for coffee. And I'm straight up getting that down, putting that back up. You get it down, and it's like, that's hard enough. You're only halfway through. You got to go through the whole process of picking that sucker up, putting it back in the fridge, okay? And then you got to close the fridge door, and the fridge door. I have lots of condiments and things in my fridge. That thing, it's like fucking Jesus moving the little stone in front of his little chill cave that he was hiding out in. The basic structure of an episode is pretty simple. So, you start off, and this structure is a structure that you'll see throughout so many History Channel shows, where, it starts off, you obviously get like the eyewitness testimony, and they're like, yeah, no, I was outside, and I saw a little goblin just scurry across the sands.
The figure suddenly raced away, faster than any child she had ever seen. Could his search for the Kushtaka have proven successful?
This monkey-like creature jumped down onto his back from the trees. I'd rush him to the hospital. He ended up needing a bunch of stitches to seal up those wounds.
Where's your brother then? Dude, if you got your brother and he showed the monkey scars, like, that would be such solid evidence, right? They probably didn't even ask. They just need to make their fucking TV show. Honestly, they would rather not find the monkey. They would rather not. Dude, could you imagine if one of these shows fucking found Bigfoot or some shit? The shows would be fucked after that, right? Like, that one episode would be fucking legendary because they found Bigfoot or they found a real life mutant monkey. But then after that point, it'd just be like, well, what do? You're never going to find anything again. Like, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. Your show's going to fucking tank because everybody's going to be now expecting for you to be able to actually find this shit. It's really easy to sit in your fucking ivory tower in your big fucking library of infinite books that's 1,000 levels, and a big fucking central spire where you can see all the levels. Old monk type guys. You can sit in there all day long and criticize, but once you get down, you talk to actual people. Look into this, fucking old, sad, pathetic little bitch, piece of shit, just useless member of society, this useless fucking 54-year-old man, and you tell him that didn't happen. You'd have a bit of trouble doing that, I think. Then, I don't know, they just sort of go through the lore.
If this camper was attacked by the Katani, it is believed that they hunt in packs and can skeletonize their prey as fast as piranhas.
That's insane. That's wild, dude. I've made up a creature, and it can suck the brain right out of your nose. It waddles up to you, and it just puts its mouth over your nose and just sucks your entire brain out. Dude, it's just crazy. It's unprecedented in the animal kingdom for such a thing to exist. This thing that I made up. It's insane, even.
All the parents tell their kids not to stay out after dark, that they're trying to come and take your kids away.
You want to know why they tell their children not to stay out after dark? It's so they don't get lost, because they're in fucking Alaska and will die in the cold if they get lost because they're out playing at night. But the monkeys, There's like they really put a lot of effort into being like, how would these creatures come to exist, right? They're going through the genealogy of monkeys, but now it's like, okay, go ahead, create a genealogy for fucking goblins. They'll like sort of scout out the place and they'll like find like shit and like they'll like fucking taste it, eat it, put it in their mouth, snort it.
I think we need to take some of this blood and have
Figure
it
out
tested.
what it is. It's a good idea to make sure this isn't human blood on this tree.
It's not. This is so dumb. This is nothing. They're just walking around in the woods. They find a piece of shit. They fucking stick their finger in it. They take a little nibble, and they're like, if goblins were real, this might be what their shit tastes like. And then Jack's like, you know what? I tasted it. It tasted like shit. I'm just not sure that's from a monkey.
This habitat is remarkable. It's just teeming with life. This area is a rich environment with lots of water, plenty of trees, a perfect place for animals to thrive.
Perfect for a monkey. Just look at all the fucking lush monkey food. You know, monkeys love mosses, dry twigs. Monkeys love that shit. They'll get a full monkey tummy eating moss and dried twigs. They love it, dude. A chipmunk, dude. You give a monkey a chipmunk, that monkey's gonna give you a poo full of chipmunk bones in another day or two. That's what I'm just good. That's all I'll say about that. A lot of time, whenever they scout the area, they'll find some like basic evidence. They'll go over it with like an expert or whatever.
Ken joins Tommy to meet with physical anthropologist David Yesner at the local zoo.
Can I show you some of these photographs?
Sure,
Just
yeah,
kind of get your
by all
opinion.
means.
Now, this is the thing that I found that I thought was really bizarre.
I know bears mark their territory, and usually going across, and you have 4 marks, but these marks are all in different directions, unlike a bear to me.
Yeah, hard to say exactly what it might have been. Bears come to mind when you look at the claw marks, but you have to consider other possibilities
Right.
too.
Okay, do you want to be on a documentary? Do you want to be on a documentary for fucking the History Channel? Like, yeah, I'll be on a History Channel documentary. Okay, well, sign this shit. Do you think that this fucking demon monkey exists? Please say maybe. You have to say maybe. We're gonna keep asking you until you say the phrase, it's possible. They go out at night and they just wander around the fucking woods for like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then they're like, whoa, did you hear that? What, did you hear that? Did you hear that squirrel in that tree? It was possibly a mutant monkey of some sort. It was possibly some sort of simian creature.
A monkey?
I see it. Get the tranquilizers.
You know, it's great. It sucks. It's so fucking boring. And then they have like more evidence and they get back and they sort of lead into the conclusion where they're like, you know, was there a creature? And they're like, you know what? Maybe it's possible. And that's always the conclusion.
We could be dealing with something here that was designed for combat that's bioresistant to things like tranquilizers. It's a stretch, but if the military is doing some kind of weird experimentation like that, why not here in Alaska where they have lots of space and privacy?
The hunt will have to continue another day for what could be the most dangerous hunter in the Alaska Triangle, a creature that might be more human than we realize.
Gnomes are known to be tricksters and mischievous. Perhaps they've been toying with us this whole time, leaving clues that are big enough to hint at their existence, but too small to prove anything.
All my life, I've heard these stories, and I've talked to people that they've experienced these different happenings, and I can't dismiss that.
The Ice Gnome episode, toward the end, they go to a big ice cave to find the ice gnomes, of course.
Wow. And this would make a perfect habitat for some small and rarely seen creature.
What are you talking about, dude? This is it's literally, there is nothing here. It's literally a big fucking frozen block of ice. The perfect habitat for literally no creature that exists on Earth. That's so fucking stupid. And Ken, being the stupid baby of the group, gets lost in the ice caves and blames it on the goblin's telepathic abilities.
Hey, Jax, I'm not hearing anything from Ken. Can you see him or hear him?
Sorry, I got nothing. I can't see him. I don't know where he's at.
Fuck, Ken is fucking dead. He's fucking dead, guys. The goblins got him. Now another show looking for goblins in Alaska will play a dramatization of Ken dying.
Ken's experience in the caves is closely related to the gnome legends in Alaska. It's said that they can disorient you and lead you into danger, and they'll do it just for fun.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fucking dummy who got lost in a cave and died. No, it was fucking goblins and their psychic powers to make me stupid. I know throughout this video, like you've seen little clips here and there of an episode pertaining to a man otter, an otter man-esque figure, and here's the rundown on that. I was getting real sleepy and tired at that point. I was getting a little bit cranky, a little sleepy.
Obviously, Ken could have just taken a wrong turn or something, but it does make you think.
It does make you think. It really does. Like, I'm thinking, wow, what a fucking idiot. An otter man? A man otter? How is...
The otter man is a staple of Tlingit folklore. This blend of otter and human is reported by some to be up to 8 feet tall.
Bro, that's not a fucking otter man. That's like a cave troll that they're showing on screen right now. That's not an otter man, dude. Fuck, this is so boring. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna fucking pass out and go to sleep. I watched that one and the Ice Gnome one back to back at like 2 times speed, and I was out of it by the time I got to the Otterman episode, and I really just had nothing to say. That's it. I don't have like a big thing of it to make. Let me know if this is a format that you're interested in. I have a video essay that I'm working on that's going to be kind of long about React content. It's not what you think. It's sort of a response to that React stuff. You probably didn't hear much about it, but it'll explain the context and all that in the essay itself. And we'll see how that goes, if it's good or not. Maybe it'll be bad. Of course, I still have other things planned that are more similar to this. Not this specifically, but more similar to this. Thanks for watching. Even though I made this video that you're watching, I made this for you for free, basically. And you chose to watch it presumably because you enjoy it, not out of some weird obligation. So, I mean, you should be thanking me, but whatever, I'll thank you anyways. Hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload, or else you just won't ever see me again. Thanks. Goodbye. I love you.